We can actually look. Um, be this combination. So let's see how this works. We do have a fucking widget filter with Windows. I need to get rid of that shit real quick. We need to unfilter this shit. I don't like fucking shit. Oh, it doesn't have them on. Okay. Yeah, now it does. We need to. Oh, these are open window tags. My bad. We'll leave that on there. These are open windows up top. I know we have higher performance during close. Let's take a look. Yeah, out of 12 trades, we've made a lot of fucking money. Actually, this combination here is no micro mean or mean against. So we're looking at we want to if we're going to go for this trade, this and either this or that, one of these two. Will get us. Let's see how this and this is on a closed window basis. How does slipping help us? Slip against, but I'm not going to really. We don't have slip favor sample size. So this is one of those A plus trades I remembered. I think it's easier to remember A plus trades versus chart patterns in the sense of tags being lit up. So we know we got a medium. We know we got a high time frame. We know that we are definitely going to be closed window. 10-second chart. We got a micro range here. Right there, you can see it. So we kind of have everything for an A plus setup. Now, I do have mean favor combinations. If I go the other way, it'll be mean favor. But this performs well on slip against. So just waiting for the breakout to actually happen. Let me actually pull the tags. Here I have the deal here. So we don't have an we don't have enough of a sample rate. So it's not including the high time frame. as of when I did that review. Um, so against yields a lot of money. So we're gonna wait for the compression. Let's take a look at stonks. Okay. They're all pulling back. That's the 10-second. We'll kind of leave it zoomed out in a closed window period. Trace lines. We know that there's a bit of a range in this section. So I'm curious what a fucking still loose here. This is an A plus. There are results on this, but those results have shifted. Flip above us. So micro range against, slip against is a bad combination. We had compression here. It failed. We're having compression here again. Getting loose. Huge amounts of liquidity, 333 lots. Bottom of the range here. Of the highest time frame. There we go. Nice little rundown. They are slip ranging here. Ah, fuck, I went full flat. I shorted it. I meant to get 4 out instead of 8. I had scaled the original push. We're up 1,000. Kind of a one and done. I mean, that's the power of the fucking journal. That is the power of the journal. I just sat here and told you, like, we ran the statistics on this combination. I told you it looks good. And we'll see if we needed to hold more. But, Here's the there you go, folks. Yeah, I would be coming back. But it's in my book of charts. And it's not even a book of charts, it's like a book of tags here. Right there. I put it there. I only put the good ones in there in that combination. See how these three are lit up? Look. Boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm fucking talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about, man. I would have probably pulled it for a break even here. Or I might have pushed it a little bit. I don't know. I would have, I think I would still be in it. I'm not sure exactly what price I was in it. I'd probably push it because I would have runway to kind of let it go against me a bit. What I see now, it's micro ranging here. And you have slips, so I would let it slip back in. Now, what I would probably do in this circumstance, I'd exit it down here, maybe, or I would take 2 off and leave 2 on. I mean, this journal isn't next level because you know what I'm gonna have them do is I'm gonna have it. I want it to say like A, real big, or B or D or F. So I want to have an area in the tag section where I can program combinations and make it spit out letters. So when I'm pre-tagging my shit, I'm like, this isn't good. You know what I mean? The journal, in turn, is conditioning one to see the market in a more structured way. Can you clarify a little more? Like it's a checklist, maybe? You're not dealing with the fucking brightest star in the sky. Like, I'm only good at a few things. Everything else I suffer at. So if you think your A plus trade is XYZ, then you start scanning for that and thinking in terms of that. Yeah. And what's nice though is because your journal, your tags are not just tags. It's a checklist. You got to understand, this thing is more than tagging at this point. It is. You can't. That's the thing. You're not going to be able to have a checklist until like month 2, month 3. See, I'd be getting out of that trade. We would have probably took. We would have. See, it was getting a little goofy. Seeing on this tag combination, I'd have to see what the average win is on it. It's probably just a scalp. Anyways, but it's more than a fucking tagging for review. It's a fucking checklist. And it's a checklist that is creating statistics. I mean, it's also, it has the loop timer aspect, which I think is a little messed up right now. I don't know if it's dinging or not. Which is good to be constantly checking emotions and shit. Because Miller, we just didn't have enough. He wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing these tags for most of the trades. Because I want to know if he does certain things when he's emotionally charged. And we did get a little bit of something. Him trading micro range middles is the worst. And then he realized that his tags were not right as far as his micro ranges go. I don't know. Whatever it was, it made sense to him, and we need him to do more of whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, look at that shakeout. So the deal with this is you still have... Oh, the timer went off. You're still getting that... You're still coming out of this thing, and you're still getting some form of fucking compression. But it's a lot easier to scan... it's a lot easier to scan for tag groups than like trying to remember a fucking specific chart pattern. You know what I mean? So we know she's doing another one down here. She's rebuilding. It is rollover though. None of these tags are performed during a rollover phase. So there's a cluster of lines. There's one here, which is the mid time frame. So this is not... This micro range ain't panning out. I'm not going to mark it. But it's not fully committing it. It's willing to take this reclaim back. Is it going to range expand? Is it willing to run liquidity? Excuse me. The thing is, I would think this would be a decent trade, but it's not in my combination. Take a look. You're talking. If I go for the favor, uh, there's not. They've all been one tick losses. And we're talking close win. We're in a close window, so actually we've lost 900. I think. Yeah. So me trying to short this does not work, but it's not the highest of sample rates. Maybe that right there could be a long. That would be a three-way then it would look like this. Which we've lost a tremendous amount of money on that. So that's not even worth it either. See, fading it wouldn't work. I don't have a high sample rate either. What happens when it's this? Let's take a look. When there is no more micro range. So, excuse me. Come on. There she goes. I'm having filtering issues here. As much as it would be nice to have a bunch of little features here and there, the thing needs to work a bit better. And there's little tidbits of shit that it needs to do better. So what happens when we don't have a micro range? Nothing. Is there any combination of where this would work? Let's just look at the, it depends which direction I'm trying to go. So if we get mean mid with a, if it can get up to that midpoint, it could be a good short. They haven't cleared out enough inventory, in my opinion. Go to 10-second. Still a lot of liquidity up in that section. Right there. I have this combination against mid, against or none. So if we can get to this yellow line, there seems to be a setup. There, yeah, there's no range. There's no micro range here. See? This ain't shit. So that's a none. Now on my 30-second, there's a range here, and then on my 30-minute, there's a range up here. So we're currently operating in higher time frame ranges, 2 of them. So what we know is they're wanting to run liquidity. You got to ask yourself 3 questions. Are they running liquidity, generating liquidity, or taking reclaims? Sometimes it can be a fucking cocktail. There's no micro range here, so it's not always ranging. It's breaking, it broke out. Sometimes the price action doesn't even look like a fucking range, you know? Son of a bitch is a none. Picked up. Man, I've still only had an 8 lot. There's my fucking mid. Snagged a little long there. Playing some A tags, baby. Playing those tag sets. We're up 1,500. Hold 400 on an 8 lot. Forgot to like go back. So we're mid. So I know we're going to have mid tags here. And we either have a micro range where I go against it, which we don't have, or we can play a none. So I could potentially play a long here, but I'm waiting. So now I have multiple tags on each other. There's no micro. Could be a short here. But I don't want to play that. I don't know like how big that win percent is. I need to filter it. I need to see what my sample size is on that. It's usually a scalp. So yeah, there could be a short here, but it's usually going to be a scalp. Now we're free falling, so you got against with a none. I don't have any tag groupings here. So what that's telling me is she might pull back up. Pull 2 ticks on the long. Oh my god, we're not going to get filled because it's fucking rollover. Sheesh. I don't know if that covered commissions. Now we lost $34. She's in a weird spot. The only thing that would be good here is a long. Two ticks. We're done. I don't think we should push our luck anymore. I don't. I mean, it's not. I mean, we got statistical hedge. Ah, there you go, boys. So what I was doing in this circumstance is just running through these groupings and just seeing, hey, what combinations are even in this PDF, because I spent 2.5 hours building this. This tool is the best fucking tool ever. God damn, dude. Oh, and we're in closed window territory or open window territory, so we know we don't have performance here anyways. I think it's 1700 or some shit here. See, when I'm sitting there cruising through stats, you guys don't seem to want to watch that. That doesn't make good content for some of yous. Yeah, I'll explain it in just a moment. You have it. You can get it for free right now. There we go, boys. I could have held that last one, but the window opened up on me. Link in the description. There's a go to the. Here's the journal link, man. You can get it for free. You're gonna have to build out. You have to build it out. You have to start tagging. There's gonna be zero data in it, and I don't know what platform you're using. But it's just a journal, man. It's just my tags. All I'm doing is I'm tagging all my fucking trades. Like you see here, I didn't tag the. I'm gonna have to review. But like I just tag them. Like here's yesterday's, because I gotta import them. I tag them all, and then I rate them. Okay, and then you build out these crazy widgets. You can build out all sorts of shit. Like I built out this very elaborate filter. You can make pie charts, and it saves it. Here's my main dash. You got win loss stuff. Let's make this one. Here's my overall equity curve. This is confusion versus clarity. It is a bit buggy, and there are some issues. And if your platform's not on there, you got to tell us, and then we can probably put it in. Here's confused trading versus clarity versus this is confusion. This is raw equity curve. Since I started using the journal, I can filter out the dates. We can look at the. Well, it's only Tuesday, but I can look at like last Friday. I lost on last Friday, so let's go to last Friday. Well, you know why I fucking lost last Friday? This is my emotion wheel. So if it's not mostly green, then we're pretty emotional, and we're not clear on most of the trade. Most of the trades were clear, but there's a huge amount of confusion. A lot of red star trades versus green and yellow stars, because when you come here, you have these stars you select. So you rate your trade. Was it bad or was it good? If it's yellow, that means it's not bad, but it's not good, so therefore you should have managed it differently. Red star is like, I should never took that. Green star is, that was great. There's nothing I would have done different. Yellow generally hints towards some management deal. So for me, I have a yellow star tag I created. Hold more, better entry, held too long. I'd watch that latest video somebody shared with you. It will tutorial this because we don't have tutorials built out on it. But we can see we had 2 yellow star trades on Friday, and one I held too long and another one I needed to hold more. But if we look at, let's just sort of look at this entire month up until today. Obviously, today's tags are not in. These are the yellow star tags. We can see that I need to hold more tags, meaning I'm cutting it too early, still is yielding good money. But we can see the held too long trades is losing money. There was one yesterday that I still made money on it, I remember. And then this is I need to get in a bit or I'm getting in too early. So I seem to be pretty good at precision timing. And again, this is for the month. What we can see is 35 trades were green star, 34 yellow star. So that's decent. Most of your trades are probably going to be yellow star ratings. Only 11 were red out of this entire month, out of the total of 84 trades. So that's not bad. Here's our emotions for the month. We're running pretty green, pretty clear. I would like to have less confusion. Again, you can do all sorts of stuff. Oh, and today I did actually do a hypnosis session. Today was hypnosis. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be doing that. That's the wrong day. So we actually, because we're starting to perform well on hypnosis sessions, or there's an interesting, so you can tag shit for just the day. So if you want to rate your sleep, you can do that. Here's like I do a nightly hypnosis session. That mean the green is me when I listen to a hypnosis session. The red is when I don't. And today we had practically 100% win rate. One trade did lose a little bit, the one that didn't make much. This isn't showing commissions, unfortunately. But anyways, so we'll see a huge boost on this, but it seems like nightly hypnosises are working out really well for us. Open versus closed window performance. This is top of the hour versus the rest of the hour, which I'm getting a lot of performance out of for some reason. My slips, which is a entry technique. But I can filter this a magnitude of ways. Like if I want to hunt down just here's micro ranges. But this is like hardcore filtered. So I can hardcore filter shit. So I build out these widgets and I never have to build them again. Like you can build out you make the stats you want to see. Unlike other journals and shit. So we obviously it is a bit buggy, so you have to pardon that. Yeah, it's extraordinarily filtered right now. I was doing something. But in the last video, I went over this. I go, hey, I'm losing mostly on Thursdays. This is win versus loss. So you can build this. It takes a minute to build this. But, that guy fucking left. God damn it, I hate it when people ask me and yeah, but anyways, we can see that, Thursday has a lot of emotions. So does Tuesdays. Fridays actually has a ton too now. Because that one day, Friday boosted it. So Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, look what you could do. And then they just leave. It's like, all right, well, fuck me. What do you mean it takes a lot of work? Well, yeah, I mean, you got to harvest tags the first month. And then after that, you're going to spend about 3 hours parsing through it. I mean, eventually we'll have AI or other shit that'll tell you otherwise, but um it's just like it's no different than trading, man. AI, there's no shortcuts to successful trading on your charts, right? There's going to be no shortcuts in parsing through the data and figuring out what the fuck is going on in your trading. But I mean, I don't know. I think today, while I may have got lucky, is proof that I just come through my fucking A plus tag groupings, and some of them weren't A plus, but they seemed promising, and I ran those groups and we had good results. I mean, the many hours you have to put into the journal, you gotta love this shit. Oh, I loved it. When I was spending 3 hours with Miller combing through his statistics, I enjoyed it. Cause he's like, cause he's using it, but he ain't using it. He goes, holy shit, I didn't know you could do it like that. Cause we sat there and we fucking picked every combination, everything apart. And I'm looking for outliers, high sample rates, high win rates. And then I'm looking for high loss rates, high sample rate. I want to do more of this and less of that. If I'm not getting good sample rate, win loss rate, then who knows, right? Yeah, you got to work for it, but what the journal is it's you got to look at it this way. Your trading business is a house, right? You're going to build the house. Well, would you rather use a fucking handsaw and a goddamn a manual hammer and a manual saw? Or would you rather use a fucking electric saw and a nail gun? You're still going to build the house. But would you like to have the air compressor to run your air tools and all that shit? You know, it's like working for yourself and then versus hiring a bunch of people to help you. I mean, it's a power tool. It's not just a tool. It's a power tool. It allow. I mean, fuck me. Do you to come like when we were using the spreadsheet? There's no way I could get this kind of data. I'm sure I could, but then I would have to code up a million fucking things, and the amount of time to arrive to the conclusion I've arrived to in a 3 hour, 2.5 hour period would be fucking a full month. And then I got to learn how to code all that. But I enjoy parsing through the data. It's fun for me. Like I like looking at it and playing Moneyball. If you want to get inspired to go through your journal, go watch Moneyball with fucking Brad Pitt. If you've not seen it, it's a true story or based on one. A shitty baseball league, and he hired a guy that fucking ran numbers because you have stats on fucking players, and they started fucking getting guys that had like this guy's really good on getting on base. This guy's really good at foul balling. This guy's really good at this. People nobody was looking at because they didn't have all of the statistics like a major league player normally has, right? They didn't have all, but they had enough statistics in a certain area that if they strategically played them right, and they got them to the World Series. I mean, they didn't win, And they didn't have a big budget, but they were crunching numbers, and then they were rotating ball players out and stuff, getting rid of guys to get another guy in, and it was yeah. That's what the journal is, man. You're moneyballing your shit. Like, I don't need to necessarily know what your statistics say. Like, I don't really need to know uh, what the. I'll ask you, but like for Miller, it makes more sense to Miller. I'm like, and even with Chewy when we briefly did his, and I'm like, for me, I'm like, these combinations. Do these combinations make sense to you? Yeah, they do. Okay. So, it's I don't need to know every little thing about your trading, but if I can look, this allows me to not look at a trader's. I don't have to look at your fucking recordings. I don't have to look at a chart, a book of charts. I can look at your stats and I can just put these tags together and get an idea of what's going on in your trading and what we need to do. That's why we needed the tool to begin with. Because I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing. So, but when I look at your stats, I can see what's going on. Hey, you run hot with this combination or this or that. So, yeah, well, you need to keep tagging that combination because sometimes you get real surprised. Sometimes you think something is a certain way, and then you're just fucking wrong. I mean, I've told you guys, guessing is not good enough. We need to know. You need to know if higher day or lower day is working or not. And hey, if it ain't working most of the time, then can you do something on the opposite with the tags in an opposite combination to get it to work? Does that make sense? So, and this is why I want the tags that spit out your statistics. And then if you know it's an A trade, it will put a big A on there. So this gives you an incentive to checklist your trades anyways. So you don't have to remember, man. It's like, hey, this is A. And it's like, fuck it, I'm taking it. You know what I mean? None of this getting in your head business. And that's the thing. I think, month one, you collecting stats. You don't get to do the fun shit. After the first month, you need to start looking at every combination of tags. This with that, this with that. You don't want to like over filter. You want to kind of keep your pairings, because otherwise you don't have a big sample size. And if you do a really in-depth monthly review, you get 100, 200 trades under your belt, you're going to have a direction. So it takes about 100, 200 trades before you really get a direction. And then I'm excited to see what happened in month 2 for some of these guys. Yeah, exactly. The confidence to pull trigger backed by data is huge, correct. Guessing's not good enough, and you're never going to remember this shit. I mean, we've already picked the name for the software. And when you guys hear what the name is, I'm not going to say it now. You're going to be like, that makes sense. Like, I picked the name a while ago. Logo's pretty sick, too. Let me find it. Here it is. It needs to be refined a little bit, but I didn't want a shitty ass logo. I think everybody's logos look the same and they suck. I fucking I want to wear the logo on a fucking shirt, and it's got to look good to me. So that's what it's gonna be. Now there's a hint. The name is in the monogram. But I don't know, man. I just think cuz I was the other day, man, I traded like shit. Was it Friday? I don't remember what. Yeah, it had to have been Friday. I laid in bed and I took a nap and I was just like combing through, because sometimes you just feel like really defeated. Because I started tick drilling and nothing I did was working. But obviously I was sick and all this shit. But started reading about statistics on how why day traders fail. And there's so many studies that there's an overwhelming amount of day traders that fail, but none of the studies tell you why they're fucking failing or why they're fucking winning. Neko no. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, the cat returns. But I think it should be Colt cat. But I think but the thing is none of the studies fucking tell you why they're failing. It just says they do. And when we're harvesting statistics and shit, um I would like to start pooling statistics on everybody that's tracking emotions versus confusion and clear. I want to know how. I think it's I think it's a combination of a lot of things. But god damn it, Mike Bellafieri always be talking about A plus this, A plus that. But you never fucking really can remember. You're always kind of guessing. And then when you put in that tag combo and it's just like, this is good. And then you see the sample size and the monetary value on it, you're just going to go for it. Because, like, man, just guessing A plus trades is not good enough. And you're going to really internalize a chart. I think it's easier to fucking internalize a tag combination, a checklist, because realistically, that's what's going on. When you do those, anyways. But that is it. I am out.